we are going to break down headstand and just talk a little bit about getting comfortable in headstand and just starting to work toward that posture today. This is a video that has been requested quite a few times, so I hope that it helps you guys out and kind of gives you a little more info on how to start working into your headstand practice. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, a few things I just want to mention before we actually dive into any movement is that as you are starting to work into inversions, so inversions just mean essentially upside down. Your head is below your heart in an inversion. So that's anytime we're flipping it upside down. This is obviously not very familiar for a lot of people. So as you start to work into your inversion practice, you might find that you feel a lot of nervousness, anxiety, fear that might start to come up in your mind, in your body, and just showing up in different emotional reactions as you begin to explore these different inversion postures like headstand. So that's okay. Please know that there's nothing wrong with you if you find that these are just really scary and really challenging. That is a part of the practice. So working through these different sensations and emotions that rise up as you're exploring your posture practice, your asana practice, that's just a part of it. So it's okay, you're not alone, and that's a very normal thing to feel. Second, the other important thing I want to highlight is that when you are beginning to work into headstands and inversions, but especially headstands when you're first learning them, we do not kick or throw our body into these shapes. You are never using your momentum to get yourself upside down, right? No momentum. We are going to use our body awareness, our strength, and levering, maybe your weight and your balance a little bit, but we're never going to kick and throw our body through space. That is just not a very safe or effective method in learning headstands or most things. So let's go ahead and start moving a little bit. Now what we're going to begin with is just that setup for headstand. I'm going to be talking about the bound sort of headstand. So that's when your fingers are sort of interlaced and it's kind of bound behind your head in that way. I know that there are a lot of other headstands, other Shavasana variations, and they're all great. They all have different sort of benefits, but this is just the one that I'm going to talk about today. So as you're getting ready to work in a headstand, you might be thinking, well, what point of my head should be on the floor? One little way that I was shown how to measure early on in my practice was taking your hand, find the base of your palm. You're going to take the base of your palm and you're going to place it right along your eyebrows, or just right along your eyebrow line. From here, you're going to take your middle finger and you're just going to lay it back along the top of your head. So you can see where the tip of my middle finger landed. That is right about where the top of my head will be on the floor. Of course, my head is not taking on all of my weight, but there is a slight bit of contact with the top of my head and the floor. Now, as you are learning this at first, of course, you might be taking a little more weight into your head than you will be later on, because as you get stronger and you get more practice in your headstand, then your head will no longer be taking on majority of the weight. So I do want you to know that you might feel some weight in your head, but you do not want all of the weight in your head. Your neck is not supporting you here. Your arms, your shoulders, your strength is supporting you, even though your head might be touching the floor. So that is where your head is going to go. Now what about your arms? We need your elbows to be set up at just about shoulder width distance. So as you bring your elbows down onto the floor, we want to find where your shoulders are, right? So find your shoulders, stick your elbows under your shoulders. You can even reach across with your hands and reach for opposite elbows. So it just looks like that, reaching across to find a pretty decent measure. That's usually about where you want to be. So you've got your elbows plugged down. I'm going to interlace all of my fingers except for my thumbs. My thumbs stay up, at least for me they do. I'm going to bring the top of my head down toward the floor, and it's just very lightly gonna find a little contact with the floor as the back of my head rolls into my hands. So I'll turn this way, so hopefully you can see a little bit better from another angle. The elbows come down, my hands come down. The top of my head is gonna come down onto the floor, and my head will just gently kind of roll into my hands, right? So my head is not on top of my hands, it's just getting a little bit of support as my hands are sort of cupping along the back of my skull. So the first step to really building this headstand, once you've got your head placement down, you have figured out what you should be doing with your arms, then we want to start lifting your hips. So that is going to bring some weight into your forearms, right? Now, as the weight comes into your forearms, don't let your elbows wing out wide, okay? I want you to keep all of this energy hugging in, right? So everything is hugging in, wrapping in, so that we have this really firm center to move from, and we're not letting everything kind of like open up like a puddle, right? We don't want to just like open up and fall apart. So let's try it. You're going to bring the elbows down. Find that hand grip. Top of the head's going to nestle down onto the floor. Make sure those elbows are in a nice solid place. Tuck all 10 toes underneath. Take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, lift your hips. Now once you're here, you still have a lot of different points of contact with the floor. So you can kind of move around. If your head feels funky, you can come out, you can adjust. And I really encourage you to just explore how it feels, right? Especially when you're new. Just take your time, explore things, check it out. It doesn't have to be perfect, especially the first time. It's not going to be totally perfect, easy peasy. It's going to take some work, some practice, but that's half the fun. So once you've had some time to sort of play around with that, and we're getting comfortable here with our hips lifted, then next, we do not kick, we do not fling our body. You are going to lift one leg and pull it in. Notice I'm pulling it in. I'm not kicking, I'm not flinging, I'm pulling everything into center, controlled. Then you can try the other leg. Pull it in, squeeze, come down. So you can see that you can go back and forth for quite some time. Just pulling one leg in, hold it, squeeze the belly, knit the rib cage in, zip everything up, and lift through your tail while you're hugging, you're compacting your body into this like a nice little position. You're gonna get really comfortable. You're gonna start to just get into the feeling of what this whole posture feels like, and then getting just comfortable. Yeah, you know, like overcoming those fears, those anxieties, starting to get more familiar, allowing your nervous system an opportunity also to recognize this shape, this inversion, that you're safe here, that you can breathe, and that there's no need to panic. So that's a good place, just begin working. So we're gonna build on, we're gonna add another step. So let's say that you're ready to move into that next piece. Elbows are down, head comes down, we're breathing, we're feeling good. So now we're comfortable going one leg in, the other leg in. So the next thing would be to lift one leg in and try to pull the second leg in. Notice I'm still squeezing in this teeny tiny little shape so that if I fall, I just come right down to the floor because my legs are still hugging into the front of my body and that weight will just bring me down. So it's really safe to kind of work from this tuck position because you're not flinging your body over, you're not kicking your legs all over the sky, and that's a really just uncontrolled and dangerous way to start approaching headstand. So please work through these really compact shapes first. Get comfortable working with your body in this sort of low to the ground compact shape. I'll do it one more time to show you again. And after you're comfortable doing this, then I will show you kind of some next steps if you're ready to play with extending your legs or moving a little more. So one more time, that compact little kind of tuck shape that you're working towards. You find your placement, squeeze the belly in, lift one leg, lift the other leg, squeeze. Think of drawing your knees toward your collarbone, squeezing your belly in, still rooting through your elbows, through your forearms. And then coming down when you're ready. So that is awesome. And of course, you can do all of that, the lifting of one leg, alternating lifting legs, and holding in a tuck position with a wall behind you. That can be a really nice way to start working into it and feeling a little more supported, a little more safe by having that wall behind you. So that's a good option. And then the next thing, if you are ready to begin extending your legs or playing with your legs, I'll show you two different options. Now, I think both of these options are good options. It's just going to be up to you which one you feel like you're confident in playing with and exploring next in your own practice. It's really your choice from here. So, once you're comfortable getting into this sort of tuck headstand shape, from here, keeping one leg in your tuck, you can start to extend the other leg. So now we're starting to play with that full headstand sort of shape. You can pull that leg back down. Then maybe try the other leg. Eventually, extending maybe both legs. Squeezing your butt, reaching up through your toes, keeping that inner line so active. Belly is squeezing, inner legs are squeezing. And then coming down with control. Always moving with control, with breath, so that you're safe, you're supported, and you're moving in such a way that is really sustainable for your yoga practice and your body. So the last thing that I'll show you is when you're ready to start moving into headstands where your legs are kind of split. And so you might be kind of like moving your legs back and forth and doing some different things. So to come into that sort of shape, that sort of headstand, how we would do that is bringing the forearms down, head down. So we've got the same situation going on, right? We lift the hips. This time, you're gonna lift one leg up first, straight up to the sky. Then you would bend your knee, pulling your heel to your butt, getting this nice curl through your hamstring. Keep curling, 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 pulling that back leg. My bent leg just did all of that. So I'll do it again. You can see my bent leg super active. It's gonna pull back, and that's where I can find the buoyancy in my front leg. Once I'm here, I can just stay, get comfortable, or maybe I start to play with some shapes, right? So maybe you start to play with moving the legs around, with getting a little more comfortable, and just building on that practice, however you would like to. You've got a lot of options. So that is just a little bit for you guys on headstand and starting to introduce that to your practice. Of course, please remember that, these things come with time, they come with practice. It's called a yoga practice and not a yoga perfect for a reason. So be light with yourself, have fun with it, and just, see what happens. Don't be afraid to ask a friend, a teacher, a partner to help you out if you're nervous about doing these things on your own for the first time. I have found in my own life that my friends, partners, family have always been really open and willing to kind of help be my little spotter, and that can be kind of fun to do together. So please do that. have fun. You can always set yourself up with maybe like some pillows and things around you so that you're feeling really safe and supported. But for the most part, I think you got it. So have fun, take your time, remember to keep breathing and enjoy your headstands. Thanks for joining me here, and please like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things so that I can keep making videos. Let me know if you have any specific video topics that you would like me to cover, like this one, this little intro to headstand was a requested video. So if you have any more of those for me to make, please let me know. I would love to put together some videos for you on whatever topics, whatever content you're looking for. And yeah, that's about it. So you can find me on Instagram at devtheyogi. You can email me at devtheyogi@gmail.com, or of course just comment any of your requests right here on YouTube. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for joining me, and namaste. Good work.